See, I don't think KD would want to go to Toronto. And you're right, Nick. I visited there many times. Obviously, I was there covering the league. Great city. But, Twan, you know, it's not America.
Fox Sports 1's Chris Broussard is in hot water for comments he made on the network.
And you feel it when you're there. I'm telling you, especially as an African American, it's a different situation than African Americans are used to being in. And I've talked to people in that organization pre-Ujiri about can they keep African American superstars there. Tracy McGrady left, Vince Carter left, Chris Bosh left. You mentioned Kawhi. I don't think KD would be happy there, and that would be a problem.
Now, many, including those north of the border, did not take kindly to his words. A little bit of context might be needed before we dip our toes in here. This all started because the rumor mill was spinning, as it is prone to do during the NBA's highly entertaining offseason. Some members of the media threw out Toronto as a potential destination for Kevin Durant. Scotty Barnes, the league's reigning Rookie of the Year, is an attractive player to land. Canadian-based outlet Sportsnet backed ESPN's reporting that the Raptors are lurking in the background of a potential KD deal. It would be a mammoth haul to surrender. However, the acquisition of arguably the best player in the league could be worth it. Instead of focusing on this, Broussard pivoted to Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Chris Bosh, Raptors legends who left. Those are not modern-day examples that reflect the current reality of a franchise that won the 2019 NBA championship. Instead, Broussard relied on an oversimplification and a trope, wrote Awful Announcing's Michael Grant. World Atlas notes that not Los Angeles nor New York City is the world's most multicultural city. That honor belongs to none other than the city Broussard bashed, Toronto. In the city, per the BBC, there are 140 languages spoken. Diversity is huge in the city, especially when it comes to food. You can find every imaginable culture represented in some way in this city, said Matt Chong, originally from Vancouver and founder of Chong Tea Company. In the same day, I can get a world-class Vietnamese dish or a delicious platter of an Ethiopian dish. Some may remember Rondé Hollis Jefferson, a fan favorite in Toronto, only played there for one season out of roughly 7. He's currently playing professionally overseas. He quote tweeted Broussard and wrote, "Yeah, this is a stretch. Canadians love you like you grew up there." He's tripping. Black people make up 8.5% of Toronto's population. That's more than American NBA cities Phoenix, 7.1, San Antonio 6.8, Portland 5.9, San Francisco 5.1, and Salt Lake City 2.6. The idea that this international metropolis is a place where African Americans would feel overwhelmingly unwelcome and uncomfortable is absurd. Yes, Kawhi Leonard bolted after leading the Raptors to the title, but he didn't leave because he disliked Toronto. He left because he wanted to return to his hometown of LA. Completely understandable. Plus, everyone knew he was a one-year rental. The man who made the deal for Leonard is Masai Ujiri, the England-born son of Nigerian parents. After winning the championship, he could have gotten any job anywhere in the NBA. He chose to remain in Toronto, signing a new deal to become vice chairman and president. If Toronto is such a difficult place to be, as Broussard would lead you to believe, why would Ujiri stay? Fred VanVleet is as Midwest America as they come. He grew up in Illinois and played for Wichita State. He has chosen to stay with the Raptors, the only NBA team he has ever played for. Interesting that Broussard didn't mention this all-star during his rant. This would not be the first time Broussard has tripped over himself.
Breaking news on SportsCenter. It appears that it is confirmed. Sports Illustrated posting a story in LeBron James' voice. The last words of the piece, "I'm coming home." LeBron James is going back to Cleveland, and you have confirmed this. Tell us what you know.
He's going back to Cleveland.
Lee Jenkins is his man.
Let's talk about Lee Jenkins.
He loves Lee Jenkins, the great Sports Illustrated writer.
There was the time Broussard confirmed LeBron James' return to Cleveland after James already confirmed it himself. Then there was the story of Jason Collins, who we brought to your attention last week when Richard Jefferson touched on it with Jeffree Star.
That announcement from Jason Collins, that surprise yesterday, just shatters stereotypes in the macho world of pro sports. When he went online in Sports Illustrated on Monday morning, Jason Collins is making history with these simple words. I'm a 34-year-old NBA center, I'm black, and I'm gay. And all the emotions stirred up by his announcement were catching up with Collins when I sat down with him in Los Angeles. You always knew you were gay?
Yeah, it's I sort of describe it as you know that the sky is blue, but you keep telling yourself that it's red.
And what was Broussard's response exactly?
Personally, I don't believe that you can live an openly homosexual lifestyle or an openly premarital sex between heterosexuals. If you're openly living that type of lifestyle, then the Bible says you know them by their fruits. It says that, that's a sin. And if you're openly living in unrepentant sin, whatever it may be, not just homosexuality, adultery, fornication, premarital sex between heterosexuals, whatever it may be, I believe that's walking in open rebellion to God and to Jesus Christ. So I would not characterize that person as a Christian because I don't think the Bible would characterize him as a Christian.
Just like back then, Broussard would double down on his comments. Now, yes, he has had some good moments here and there, mainly when it's come to going up against the likes of Jason Whitlock, which is just so incredibly easy because of how disingenuous and not credible Whitlock is. Amazing he went from where he was to where he is. Regardless, it's time to just own it. He has gone on Twitter, hasn't apologized, hasn't backtracked. Why he won't, we're not totally sure. Yet when it comes to Broussard, on this subject, we have one very simple message. Own it. That's it.